All right, I apologize about that. We had a little bit of a connection interruption there. Not sure exactly where it cut off, so I'm going to go back to verse 20 of chapter 9 here of Esther. Esther, chapter 9, verse 20, picking up here, it says, Mordecai recorded these events and sent letters to all the Jews in all of King Ahasuerus' provinces, both near and far. He ordered them to celebrate the 14th and 15th days of the month of Adar every year, because during those days the Jews gained relief from their enemies. That was the month when their sorrow was turned into rejoicing and their mourning into a holiday. They were to be days of feasting, rejoicing, and of sending gifts to one another and to the poor. So the Jews agreed to continue the practice they had begun, as Mordecai had written them to do. For Haman, son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, had plotted against the Jews to destroy them. He cast the pur, that is, the lot, to crush and destroy them. But when the matter was brought before the king, he commanded by letter that the evil plan Haman had devised against the Jews return on his own head, and that he should be hanged with his sons on the gallows. For this reason, these days are called Purim, from the word pure, or pur, because of all the instructions in this letter, as well as what they had witnessed and what had happened to them. The Jews bound themselves, their descendants, and all who joined with them to a commitment that they would not fail to celebrate these 2 days and every year, these 2 days each and every year, according to the written instructions and according to the time appointed. Verse 28, these days are remembered and celebrated by every generation, family, province, and city, so that these days of Purim will not lose their significance in Jewish life, and their memory will not fade from their descendants. Queen Esther, daughter of Abihail, along with Mordecai the Jew, wrote this second letter with full authority to confirm the letter about Purim. He sent letters with assurances of peace and security to all the Jews who were in the 127 provinces of the kingdom of Ahasuerus, in order to confirm these days of Purim at their proper time, just as Mordecai the Jew and Esther the queen had established them, and just as they had committed themselves and their descendants to the practices of feasting and lamentation, or fasting and lamentation. So Esther's command confirmed these customs of Purim, which were then written into the record. King Ahasuerus imposed a tax throughout the land, even to the farthest shores. Chapter 10. To the farthest shores. All of his powerful and magnificent accomplishments and the detailed account of Mordecai's great rank with which the king had honored him, have they not been written in the book of the historical records, historical events of the kings of Media and Persia? Mordecai the Jew was second only to King Ahasuerus. He was famous among the Jews and highly esteemed by many of his relatives. He continued to pursue prosperity for his people and to speak for the well-being of all his descendants. Amen. And that is where we'll finish off for today. I apologize again about the technical issues there, but yeah, Book of Esther. Pretty awesome stuff there. Really just, again, seeing how the Lord's will isn't going to be stopped by people who try to get in the way of things. So, and how you reap what you sow. It's another thing that you can take from that, and also loving your enemies. It's a good practice. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Tomorrow we will start the book of Job. I think Esther, yeah, Job, and I'm excited for that. We might actually do Job all in one session. I know it's like a really long one, but I think I've read it in about an hour and 20 minutes before. So chapters aren't super long, and I feel like it just flows a lot better in one read. But anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow, Lord willing. And yeah, I'll be praying for you. Love you all. And we'll see you then. Deo volente.